Mayhem here at Superior Works Cinema, where we watch all the movies. Today we have the latest film from Rob Zombie, Lords of Salem. It's been a while since Zombies directed a movie after Halloween 2. My understanding is a lot of that came from his dissatisfaction working with the studio and whatever. Also, it might have been in part to the lack of financial success of that movie. I don't know. But at any rate, we now get this movie, which is independent, fairly low budget, and features the most insane cast of 80s memorabilia characters, if you want to say that. Not characters, actors. I mean, almost every single person in this movie you're gonna know from something, which is kind of cool in and of itself. You could play Spot, the actor I remember from X movie, and it's kind of cool. Lords of Salem is a witch story, but not the happy-go-lucky witches or any of the stuff that you've really mostly seen post the mid-80s. Zombie went back to the 70s, 80s witches that all, suckled the devil's tit. And they're all devil-worshipping witches that want to do evil stuff for the sake of being evil. Sheri Moon Zombie plays the lead, and she's actually quite good in this movie. No complaints whatsoever. She does a great job all the way through. Her character's very solid. The story focuses on the Salem witch trials, and it starts off with what happened in the past, and then jump forward to today, and we're dealing with all the descendants of that time period, the witch hunters and the witches. Sheri Moon Zombie's character, along with Foree and another guy, are radio show hosts, and they receive a record from a band called The Lords in a creepy, wooden box, and they play it, and it's got this ominous kind of evil music that then sets into a chain of events. During the initial time, you see just strange things happening with the women of Salem, and it moves from there. There are some excellent visuals throughout this movie. It borders on being music video-esque, where, the visuals are just cool as hell, but it's kind of hard to follow the movie at times. Now again, I'm an admitted huge fan of Argento, who, as most people know, can go with style over substance. And this is kind of what you have here. Again, some of the visuals are so cool, it's worth watching it just for that alone. The storyline itself is a bit hard to follow. It's not so much hard to follow as it's almost too basic to where you think, well, maybe there should have been more exposition. But after thinking on it, I've come to the conclusion that really, no, it's just a basic devil-worshipping witch story. And I watched a lot of these movies from the 70s and 80s, and this is exactly what you have. And getting in that frame of mind, it actually went up on my opinion as I thought about it. There's an awesome scene with, devil thing coming out of the woods, and eerie. Lots of creepy, eerie shots. Meg Foster is King Evil Witch, and she's nearly 70 now, but she's naked in this movie. And you got tons of satanic references. These aren't apologetic witches, and they even make a snide remark about Wiccans being, all softies. So these are, your evil. They want to birth Satan witches, and they do a lot of satanic chants. And that's kind of cool in this this type of movie. It totally is what you want. This is basically a satanic witch exploitation film. Think Satan's cheerleaders. And go into it with that, and you're gonna have a good time. It's a cool little flick. The final scene, again, I'm not spoiling. The final scene, beautiful shot. I mean, it's morbid. It's dark. It still has some of the evil beauty to it, and it brings a nice conclusion to it. The Blu-ray came with a very nice, cool, like, pseudo 3D slipcover. Very nice. The extras, not really anything to speak of. Although there is full commentary from Rob Zombie on it. I have not listened to that yet, but that's always a plus. In the minus the actual any real other special features. This didn't really get a theatrical run of much, very limited release. Kind of disappointing, really. I don't know. Although, given the content of the film and some of the more explicit imagery, I'm surprised it got an R1, or that it's even rated at all. But it probably would never do well in a mainstream release. This is definitely much more of a cult exploitation film. So, in that regards, I mean, it's much better than his last effort, Halloween 2, which was a mess of a film. I don't think it's as good as Devil's Rejects, but I still enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'm going to give the film a 7 out of 10, and the video release, I mean, it looks great. It's very clear. You got all the commentary. There's no real extras, so I can only go to a 9 out of 10 on that. I'm going to go ahead and recommend this. If you're a zombie fan, definitely check it out. If you like satanic witches, you've really only got this movie in the past 20 years to watch, so go for it. Pretty cool. So I hope you like this review. Be sure to like the video, share it, give me any comments, anything else you'd like to see us review here, and we'll see you next time here at Movie Mayhem.